Hey everybody, anyone is here, and today we are going to check out
Poof versus the cursed kitty.
Yes, Poof versus the cursed kitty. I really love that intro. Ever since I've heard that, I've had it stuck in my head. So, this is a very interesting mix of a platformer plus tower defense with a little bit of roguelike elements. And I'll get into the roguelike elements a little bit later in the video. I mean, it's not procedural generated levels or anything like that, but you'll definitely see it. As far as the tower defense and platformer mix, that will be very, very straightforward. So before we jump into a game, you can see the menu is pretty straightforward. You have your mission mode, which is pretty much the only way to play the game, which that is one criticism I have about this, but we can get that in a little bit. Then you have some how to play, just some quick, instructions on how the game works. Leaderboards, which is always nice because this really is a score attack type game, whereas you want to get as high as the score as you want because you want to be high on the leaderboard. As you can see right now, I'm number 4 on the leaderboard, but that doesn't really mean anything. This game hasn't come out yet, and this comes out November 8th, which should be after this video comes out, pretty sure at least. So I would assume anyone who's been playing it right now are just people reviewing or testing the game. Pro tips is pretty much the same thing of how to play, just with a little bit more instructions, credits, and exit game. That's really all there is to it. So we're going to jump right into mission mode, and we'll talk about one of my first gripes on this game. Actually, you know what? I don't want to go into the gripes yet. I want to start off with what I liked about the game, because there really is a lot to like about this. So as I said, it's a platformer mixed with a tower defense. So normally I would think that as a disadvantage of the game, and the reason for that is I don't like tower defenses, to be completely honest. I mean, everybody gets addicted to them, but I just don't find them particularly fun. But this game I find a lot of fun. I mean, it's very addicting. So the first thing is you can see the platform nature of this game. I jump around, I have to platform to different levels, and then I jump on these guys to kill them. You also get some power-ups, as you can see I've gotten so far. The main point of this game is every level you get 3 objectives. And you want to get those objectives done. As you can see here, these are the 3 objectives I have right now. Drop 15 golden poos, kill 15 enemies with electricity, kill 30 blobs with the regular jump. So once you defeat those 3 objectives, you can either keep playing the level just to get a high score, or you could move on to the next stage of the game. So where does the tower defense come in? So first let's kill all these guys. So you get these golden eggs that just kill everything all at once. Oh, and I already died. If you looked in the top right hand corner, and we'll just play this again. In the top right hand corner you can see I have 4 hearts, and that is my HP, and once those 4 hearts go down I die. But as you can see, these little bubbles have items I'm picking up, and each one of these items give me a different special ability. If you look at the bottom right hand corner of the screen, you can see that I have my currents and then or cancel. So if I cancel, I could actually drop a poo. But before we do that, we are going to check out the tower defense part of it. Oh, and we're gonna, okay, so as you can see, when that ghost hits the kitty, game ends. So you have to watch out for 2 separate things. You want to make sure A, you don't die, and B, no enemies touch the kitty, just like a regular tower defense. So the different items, different power-ups are really cool. So you get this one as first as a heart. So when you use this using I'm using a Xbox controller, it gives me an extra heart. Very easy. This right here is a hammer, which is an electrical tower. So I can build this right here. So now when any enemies get near that, they get electrocuted. Now, the problem is the enemies move quite a bit, so just putting that there really isn't going to do you any good. What you want to do is get another power-up, let's just kill everything, and then what you can do is put down a poop. And what's cool about the poop is once an enemy gets near the poop, they get slowed down. So, using those powers with a combination of lots of different poops is really your best way to get points. So I'll put another one right here. So now I have another tower. This is the arrow tower, and what that basically does is it shoots an arrow. What you really want to watch out for with those arrows is that when they shoot out, you can also get hurt, which is quite annoying, but that's the point. Oh, and we did it again. We died. This game has a lot of fast-paced action, just like any tower defense, and it's a lot of fun, very, very addicting. I played about maybe 2 hours of this game so far, 2.5 hours, and I've hit a point where I'm not sure if this was intended. I could just be very bad at the game. I'm not sure. But what you'll notice, again, is we have these 3 missions. And you cannot progress any further until you get through these 3 missions. Now, the last mission I have right now is kill 30 blobs with the regular jump. Those blobs are those green things I was just jumping on. And that's where I feel like, I don't want to say the game falls apart, but where it gets a little too grindy for me. And this is coming from, and this is the green blob right here. So I have to jump on him, and if you could look at the bottom of the screen, hint mission tells me how many of them I've already killed. So the roguelike elements of this game is that all these guys that are popping up, they're completely random. They never show up from the same place. Every time you play it, it is going to be a different amount of enemies. And in a mission where I have to kill 30 of these guys, it becomes really, really hard. Oh, and it becomes really, really hard because I might go 5-10 minutes in the game and not even see 30 of those guys. And the longer this game goes, the harder it gets. And as you can see, it starts off relatively easy. Now, one of the problems is I'm starting off, I don't want to say halfway into the game, but pretty far into the game right now. And there's no way of save points, no save files, so I can't, without deleting my whole save file and starting from scratch, I can't show you from the beginning of the game. Now, some people might not find that a problem, and generally it's not a problem. It's only a problem for someone like me who's trying to review the game. One of the other power-ups I can get, let's just drop this, is this sword right here, which is actually pretty cool. So you throw the sword, and it kills any enemies that are in its way. Now, I don't know if this is meant to do this, but when you use the sword, and let's see if I can get a lot of enemies on the screen, so I could actually demonstrate this. No. Let's try this again. Okay, so every time the sword hits something, or you kill an enemy at all, you get this little jitter. Now, I don't want to call it lag, because it's probably not lag. It's just a jitterness. And it doesn't seem like that big of a deal until you throw a sword and kill multiple enemies at once. So let's see. Now, watch what happens. Oh, I couldn't get it done there. There you go. It screws up your jumping. It makes you slow down. And it's kind of annoying. Now, again, this could really be the whole point of the game. But it's just a little jarring for me. So, another thing that's worth noting, oh, and we died again. Another thing worth noting about this game is there's only one level per se. So as you can see, I have different backgrounds, and you open up more backgrounds as the game goes on. Not only backgrounds do you open up, you also open up different characters for your dog, Poof. Also, different skins for your cat up there, which is kind of in a BDSM type skin. We'll ignore that for now. But there's only one real level, and if you look over here, it says locked. As you progress further, you open up more sections to this level. So as you can see right here, a little bit ago, let's just kill everyone so I can get there easily. As you can see over here, a little bit ago, I've opened up this portion of the area, which is cool. And there's another one. Let's just kill that guy. Another one up there. Another one right here. And again, there is the one over there. So there isn't a huge amount of different levels, but I think they do make up for that with the different backgrounds, the different portions of the level you can open up. And I died again. So before we start playing the game a little bit more, I want to show you about a little bit more. So every time I die, you get some stats that bring up this green bar. And as the green bar gets up, you open up more unlockables. And those are the unlockables that you get for things like different backgrounds, like I was saying, different skins for the kitty, different skins for your dog, etc. Whenever you finish your 3 missions, you get a token. And if you look on the bottom of the screen, you spend those tokens to buy new power-ups. Can I get my mouse? There's my mouse. So you can see my first power-up is I got slow motion, which I'll show you guys in a minute. Then the knife, golden poo, so on and so forth. One thing that irks me a little bit is I can't go through this right now. So until I actually beat this quest, I can't view or even show you guys these quests, all these different items I can get. And that's pretty much it here. So let's get back into the game. And right now, up until I got to this point, and as you can see now, I'm a little elf instead of a Viking like I was before. And he's a little, I guess, devil, I guess is the best way to put it. The issue that I have right now, and this is a very recent issue, and again, it could come to that I'm just not good at the game. That's very well could be the problem. But I've been been stuck on this one mission now for probably an hour of straight gameplay, maybe even a little longer. And this is the issue that I was... And this is the issue that I was talking about. Throughout this whole gameplay, and this mission, this level only took me about a minute right now, we did not see one of those green blobs. So if I have to kill 30 of those green blobs, and they don't even show up, it makes it very, very hard. So here they are right now, which is nice. But as you can see, only 4 showed up there. So you have to do a lot of work to be able to pass these missions. And I don't know, I feel like that might be... might not be the best way to go about it, right? Because I'm at the point now, oh, that was very, very close. I'm at the point now that I'm still having a ton of fun with this game, but at the same time, I can't progress anymore, which is quite annoying. But I don't want to make you think that I dislike this game, because it's not. I definitely really like this game. And which is very interesting, as I said before, is because I'm not a big tower defense guy. I find they get a little bit boring and repetitive. And even this game, even though this game can be a bit repetitive, it's really repetitive in a fun way. I mean, just jumping around like this, dropping poos all over the place, it's fun. It really, really is. As you play the game, and you know what, maybe now... Oh, wait, let's get one more guy down here. Now watch what happens. We're going to throw that knife, and as you can see, I get all jittered up when the knife's actually hitting the guys, which could be very annoying. Really, it makes the game very hard to play. And I guess jittering isn't the best way to put it. Maybe the screen shake is a better way to do it. But basically, it ruins your jumps. And makes it harder to aim your jumps, and which is very, very hard thing to have to do on a platformer, because I mean it's really all about your jumps. So let's just get this going a little bit longer. Let's see if I can actually beat this level, which I feel like is not going to happen. I mean, I'm already there's a time in here somewhere. Okay, maybe there's not a time. But I'm already pretty far into this, and I've only hit 5 of those green guys. And again, I have to hit the green guys by jumping on them. So I can't just use the egg, doesn't work. I can freeze them and jump on them. But that's pretty much it. So that's what makes it very tough. As you can see, different enemies have different amount of HP. So some of them you could jump on once, some of them you could jump on multiple times. You see I got this little rolling jump right here that does a little bit more power. So you can do a regular jump, you could do a rolling jump, and then there's also, you're jumping, you have 2 types of regular jumps. So you could just jump on somebody and you just bounce up and down, or you could hold the jump button and you jump even higher. So let's, did not mean to do that. Okay, let's see if we can get this ice here before these guys kill me. Okay, great. See, but as you can see, I had to use ice there, and I'm actually not getting credit for blowing up these blobs. So now I've been playing for a good minute or 2 at least for this run, and I still have not. I've only hit 12 of the 30 green blobs. So I hate to say this is a criticism of the game, because again, I really, really like this game. I've been actually pretty much addicted to it, but it kills the replayability of it. If I got stuck on this one level and I just can't get past it, I don't get any new missions, and I don't make any progress. And I get the point, and I died right there. I get the point. The whole point of the game is to keep grinding through this, just like a Rogue Legacy type game, and to an extent like an Isaac. And that's where I get the roguelike little bit of mix in my description. But after a while playing the same mission over and over again, it's going to get, I don't want to say boring, because this game is anything but boring, but it's going to get repetitive, and it's going to get to the point that it gets so frustrating, you're not even going to want to play anymore. What I think, it would be nice if there was some way to actually get more missions, even if you didn't progress, even if you didn't get a new token to get a new power-up until you actually beat that mission. I feel like having to do this over and over again without making any progress, it just makes the gameplay a bit stagnant. Another one of these power-ups that I have is slow-mo. So when you hit right, everything goes a little bit slower, which it makes it a lot easier when you have a lot of guys on the screen, but you also get less points, less score for actually picking up these, for killing them. What you also notice is I have a combo meter on the left. So as you combo, you get more points. You also get these jewels. What these jewels do, I believe they give you points also, but they keep your combo meter up. And that's really the only way to get points. I've gotten points. I don't think I've broken 100,000, but I've gotten pretty close to it. Maybe not. Maybe I think my highest score is about 60,000, which right now has got me, what was that, third on the leaderboard, but I'm sure there's going to be people who are a lot better than me at this, who gets a lot more points. And again, as long as you keep your combo meter going, you can get a ridiculous amount of points, which is great if you're into the score attacky type game. So how much is this game? When is it coming out? This game is coming out for $6.99, and it's going to be on Steam November 8th. And to be honest with you, for $6.99, I believe it's definitely worth the price. I mean, you're going to get a lot of gameplay out of this. Just to give you an example, I was recently on vacation when I got this code, and it was a game that I found very interesting that I really, really wanted to play. So I decided one night while my wife was getting ready to go out to dinner, I would just play this for a little bit, just, you know, check it out. Hour and a half later, my wife had to literally rip the controller out of my hands so we could go out to dinner. So, I mean, that does definitely say something for the game, considering I was on vacation and I was having more fun playing this. So, it's not your normal tower defense, which is, I mean, in my opinion, a very big advantage because, again, as I said earlier, I'm not a big tower defense guy. It takes everything that's good about a tower defense, adds a little bit of platformer into it, and then just that little bit of roguelike to make it just a little bit more replayable. And the fact they have the leaderboards, it's going to make a lot of people happy. I mean, comparing scores with your friends, I mean, is the point, right? I mean, that's what people love to do. They love to brag about, see, and there you go, I just got hit by my own arrow. Which is I mean, it's a very strong weapon, but definitely is something that can hurt you. So now let's get back to my mission. I've been in this game for about a minute or two now, and I have already only seen 4 of these guys, 5, and I already died. So, again, from my own arrow, from one of those arrow things. So, there's a lot of good, a lot of bad. I wish I could show you guys more of the power-ups that you can get. So, we have the freeze power-up that freezes everybody. And you could just run into them when they're frozen. They only stay frozen for a couple seconds. You get the heart, like I said. You also get the sword. And the actual towers, which this is a current tower, which I just dropped poop instead of it. And there seems to be a lot more power-ups. At least when I was going through it before. But without being able to... Oof, that hurt. Without actually being able to progress any further, I can't really show you any more of that. So that's pretty much
Poof versus the cursed kitty.
I love that. I really do. That's pretty much the game in a nutshell. If you like tower defenses, if you like platformers, you will love this game. Even if you don't like platformers, this is a very fast-paced game that gives you a lot to do. Assuming that you're not as bad as me and you can actually get past this one mission. Again, the only real criticism I have of this game, the only thing I would love to see changed, is being able to get more missions even before being able to finish all 3 of your missions. Because if I can't get any further, eventually you will get to the point where you're really not going to want to play anymore. You're going to want to expand the game, and if you can't, it's not as fun. So let's see if I can demonstrate that. See, as you see, the screen freezes when you hit a character, and you lose your momentum from your jump. That's kind of annoying, but again, I'm pretty sure that was a gameplay choice, and who am I to say that's not the right gameplay choice? Visually, I love the visuals of this game. I love graphics like this, very cartoony, which is nice. The fact that you only have this one level, on the outside seems like it would be a negative, but honestly, it's what really makes this game so much fun, because as you play... Oh, I'm gonna die. As you play, you start learning the better ways of how to set up your towers and how to go across this. Like throwing poop in these corners is the best. I found putting my electric tower, if I could pick one up, over here, right into this spot right here, would be the best place to put it. Just because I could put a bunch of poop over here and a and one of those electric towers, and then all I have to worry about is this right side of the screen. But as you can see, the game gets very, very chaotic, which is fun. I mean, makes the game, ouch, replayable and action-packed. So that is Poof vs. the Cursed Kitty. It's going to be on Steam November 8th for $6.99. I would say, I think for $6.99, it's at that price point that even if you only get an hour or two of play of it, it's worth it. And trust me, you are going to get a lot more than an hour or two of play on this. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing people with 15, 20, 30 hours of gameplay, maybe even more. Now, obviously, it's not going to be, I don't think at least, it's going to be a game like Binding of Isaac where you wind up with 500, 600, maybe even 1,000 hours of gameplay. But who knows? I mean, I haven't been able to get too much further in this game. There could be a whole load of more content that I just did not notice.
If you found this game at all interesting, for $6.99, it's definitely worth picking up. You can find the Steam link as well as more info down into the description, and thanks a lot for checking out this game with me. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like or a comment, as it does help me out a lot, and I'll see you next time.